George of the jungle, strong as he can be.
So you remember a few months back when you decided to work with a credit repair company and they told you that they can clean up your credit report, remove some things, and next thing you know, your credit score is up, you're working with a lender, they get your loan approved, but then the underwriter comes back and says, oh, you need to remove those disputes from the credit report. How tough is that? Well, that's what we're going to be discussing in thecreditjungle.com today. This is George Anderson. Thanks for dropping in. And I just want to say it's the end of April and I'm really looking forward to getting a haircut, more so than ever in my life. I need the mop cleaned up and it's just kind of getting old. But a lot of people will try to clean up their credit, not understanding that there's some consequences that come with that. One of the things that happens with the credit scoring algorithm is that, let's just say you've got 20 trade lines on your credit report and you're going to dispute 10 items that are negative. When the credit scoring algorithm goes through and you have 10 disputed accounts, the credit scoring algorithm doesn't factor those in. It just says, oh, well, this is something that's pending that could be positive, negative outcomes, so we're going to just ignore it. And it's going to end up only scoring your good accounts. So if the credit scoring algorithm is ignoring your bad accounts and only scoring your good ones, just by default, your credit score is going to go up. It doesn't mean that you have better credit. It just means that there's an outcome pending on here and the credit scoring algorithm isn't going to pass judgment on it yet. On a conventional loan, for the most part, those disputes have to be removed before you can close. Let's hope that the lender you're working with let you know about that early on in the game, like maybe right when they pulled your credit report and not when it got to underwriting, because depending on the language that's on there, that language can be very difficult to remove because you have to withdraw your dispute. The lender has to pull a hard pull credit report again, and those disputes need to be removed from there. Now, FHA and VA have a little bit more leniency that they don't always have to be done, but for the most part, it does on conventional. Now, what do you think happens if maybe 2 or 3 of those things got removed from your credit report, but the other 7 that were disputed, you withdraw your dispute, and now it's back on again? Well, when the lender pulls your new credit report again, maybe you were up to 700 and you were getting really good terms, but now you've dropped back down into the low 600s because the disputed accounts are being scored this time. Well, that's a problem. So you need to understand that it's a double-edged sword working with a credit repair company. There are some very reputable companies out there, and I do refer people to that type of a service. And I have got a great relationship with a company that I've worked with for 12 years, but you have to understand that just a bump in the credit score, if Credit Karma is telling you that, you got to figure, well, why is it moving that direction, and what do I have to do to undo it to find out what my real score is when it's all done. So anyway, during the course of this, I'm pulling up a little bit of information that will scroll. You can stop the video, pause it, but each bureau has a different method for being able to remove that. You can always contact the creditor directly, but Experian and Equifax, you can work directly with the credit bureau and get it removed sometimes a little bit faster that way. But you really got to worry if you see something that says reinvestigation in process. You're probably looking at a 30-day period, and if that is coming up where you're going to mess with your closing deadlines, boy, you better let everybody know in advance that you've got a potential problem to deal with, because there's not an easy fix for that one. Also, Discover Card, I mean, great company, but good luck getting your dispute withdrawn from that. I did a loan for an employee at Discover Card, and she just literally had to pull her hair out to be able to get it done. So anyway, just some tips for you, some things that, the good news, bad news, there's always 2 sides to the story on any type of service out there that's claiming to help you or improve your credit score. And that's just something that I think will come in handy for somebody that has used a credit repair service. So thanks for coming into thecreditjungle.com today. This is George Anderson. Remember, you can push button, get a mortgage professional, and I would love to talk with you about your situation. Have a great day.